Hi everyone, this is Lisa and welcome to Lisa's Stamp Studio. I'm continuing with my final episode today on my 4-week series of embossing paste. If you've missed the other episodes, just click on the I button here at the top of the screen, which will navigate you directly to this blog post, and you'll be able to find the links there for all the other videos. The embossing paste is not just great for your cards, it's also great for your 3D projects as well. And today's final tip on how to use this is actually going to use the stencil twice. So let me show you what I mean. We'll begin with a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to use some Post-it notes to tack that down to my work surface. I'm using Teflon paper underneath me since this paper is actually larger than what I'm going to need for my finished project. Teflon paper, nothing will stick to it, not even the embossing paste. I was able to clean it up with just a baby wipe when I was all finished. The Teflon paper, the Teflon sheets, you can purchase online through Amazon, which is where I've gotten them from, and I really like it for these types of messy projects where you want to cover up your work surface. The other important thing about the embossing paste is it dries very, very quickly. So you're going to need to go directly to the sink with warm or hot water to clean off your masks and your palettes. Or in my case, as we are here in the video, we've got a container with hot water right beside me so I can throw those in. The beauty is that it does dry very quickly, so it's great for your paper crafting projects. I'll tell you what, this is quite addicting, so I've really enjoyed this. I'm going to lay this over my white cardstock, and as I've done before, I'm going to anchor this down as well. And again, since the Teflon paper is designed so things don't stick with it, I'm literally just tacking it, so I'm not doing much more than that. There are 3 palette knives that come in the package, and this just happens to be my personal favorite, but they all work really well. There are also 4 different masks, this is one of them, that come in the package with Stampin' Up! If you've missed the prior videos, there's this really beautiful medallion, and there's one that has clouds on it as well, really versatile, and I love this one with this really pretty lattice pattern. I've designed with all of these, so you'll be able to check those out over on my blog as well. All right, so we've got our paste, we've got our mask in place. We're going to take off the lid. You're going to want to make sure that you tightly cover this when you're not using it because you don't want it to dry out. I like to give it a quick little stir and scrape off my edges. I'm going to use my paste on the top. I can always get more, and I'm looking for a very random pattern. I'm not looking for anything that's going to actually resemble an entire wall. So you can use as little or as much as you want. If you're really particular, you may find paste kind of frustrating because it's supposed to be random, which means you're going to have some areas that are going to fill beautifully and others that aren't. And you're just going to want to leave some room if you want to add a greeting on this when you're done. So I'm just going to scrape off my excess now. It's hard to see because it's white paste on white paper. I'm going to scrape that excess back to the jar. I'm going to cover this up tightly. I'm going to take off the little Post-it flags holding my mask down, and I'm going to carefully remove this by lifting it. And you can see that I've got a really nice pattern there. Okay, I'm throwing that mask right in that hot water. And the other thing I've noticed is if you got a little area that you don't want paste on, you can pretty much take it off before it dries. And that palette is going directly in the hot water as well. Here's the part you'll need to be patient for. We're going to need to let this sit for just a couple minutes till it's dry, and then we're going to do the next step. About 10 minutes has passed. I don't even think I needed that much, to be honest with you. The thinner you lay the paste, the more quickly it will dry. I'm going to take the Teflon paper away, and then I'm going to re-tack this down with some fresh Post-it flags onto my work surface. And I'll place another one down here at the bottom. Okay, I have washed and allowed the same exact mask to dry. That's really important. You want to make sure it's completely dry because obviously water and paper don't mix. We are actually going to use that stencil again right over the top of the pasted areas. This is going to allow us to add color without getting color underneath inside the negative areas of my bricks. So I'm using Cajun Craze, and I have a wedge of sponge here that I used previously. You're going to need a clean sponge to use this. So you're going to want to line this up as carefully as you can. Okay, so I'm inking up my sponge, and I'm going to start swirling it over the paste. Now I'm trying to pay very close attention to where the paste is and not try to get some of the open stencil area. However, I'll be honest with you, if you do, it's really, really forgiving. The great thing about the sponge is you're able to add darker areas to some of the paste versus others if that's what you're looking for. And don't be afraid to leave some areas white from the paste without adding color. All right, so I think I'm done. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? So all the mortar areas are still white. I've got a completed card for you. Here it is. Isn't that sharp? I left an area down here blank that I actually stamped a small sentiment in. You can find all the supplies for this project over on my blog. Of course, you can shop there as well. You'll also find the link to all 4 prior videos that I've shared using embossing paste, and I've taught you lots of different ways to use it. Thanks so much for joining me, everyone. I hope that you found this as much fun as I did, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day.